irritate neighbors or other parties with land stakes. Spite houses often serve as obstructions, blocking out light or access to neighboring buildings, or as flamboyant symbols of defiance. Because long-term occupation is at best a secondary consideration, spite houses frequently sport strange and impractical structures. Spite houses are much rarer than spite fences. This is partially attributable to the fact that modern building codes often prevent the construction of houses likely to impinge on neighbors' views or privacy, but mostly because fence construction is far cheaper than home construction. Examples: in 1716, Thomas Wood, a sailmaker, built a home in Marblehead, Massachusetts, which subsequently received the sobriquet of the Old Spite House. One theory has it that it was inhabited by two brothers who occupied different sections, would not speak to each other, and refused to sell to the other. In another explanation for the presently occupied 10-foot-wide home, which is just tall enough to block the view of two other houses on Orne Street, the builder was upset about his tiny share of his father's estate, and his revenge was a house built to spite his older brother's views. The Old Spite House is still standing and occupied. In 1806, Thomas McCobb, heir to his father's Phippsburg, mainland and shipbuilding business, returned home from sea to discover that his stepbrother Mark had inherited the family mansion in the wilderness. Upset about his loss, McCobb built a home directly across from the McCobb mansion to spite his stepbrother. The National Park Service's Historic American Buildings Survey photographed and documented the 1925 move of the McCobb Spite House by barge from Phippsburg to Deadman's Point in Rockport, Maine. In 1814, Drive John Tyler, an eminent ophthalmologist and the first American-born physician to perform a cataract operation, owned a parcel of land near the Courthouse Square in Frederick, Maryland. The city made plans to extend Record Street south through Tyler's land to meet West Patrick Street. In fighting the city, Tyler discovered a local law that prevented the building of a road if work was in progress on a substantial building in the path of a proposed road. To spite the city, Tyler immediately had workmen pour a building foundation, which was discovered by the road crews the next morning. In 1830, John Holmesbury's home in Alexandria, Virginia, was one of two homes directly bordering an alleyway which received an annoying amount of horse-drawn wagon traffic and loiterers.